This is a channeling from Adama on Kundalini and Ka. The relationship between Kundalini and Ka is very complex, and their activity in the body is very interdependent on each other. In order for one to fully access both Kundalini and Ka, these energies must be in balance. In these terms, I am speaking of the Kundalini energy of the snake and the Ka energy of the two serpents winding up the spine and meeting at the pineal gland. These three snakes represent a human's path from duality into unity. The two snakes of Ka, which is associated with the physical body, are representative of the dual aspects of masculine and feminine, and the singular Kundalini snake is representative of oneness. Thus, one can tie the Kundalini energy to the Ba, or the oversoul or higher self. Just as there are chakras in the Ba, there are chakras in the Ka. These chakras overlap but are comprised of different frequencies. They overlap physically, that is. When one has awakened both their Ka and their Kundalini, then they will be able to fully embody in their physical form. The main notable difference after this occurs will be symptoms such as increased proprioception, ability to manipulate physiological conditions such as heart rate or occasionally even stress hormones or specific neurotransmitters, and eventually down the line will allow for increased physical manifestation in the third dimension. Increased ability of physical manifestation in the third dimension. As for the Kundalini side of this energy, when these two parts of oneself are fully enmeshed, the Kundalini energy will allow one to become aware of and seek to fulfill their purpose on this earth, which for everybody right now is purely to love. There are a few souls who have specific paths they have agreed to beforehand or before incarnation in this life. However, even then, for the majority, the underlying theme is to open your hearts and love. And coincidentally, that is the only way that one can fully achieve enlightenment, but also enmeshment of Ka and Kundalini. You have noticed that your Ka seems to have a different nature than your Kundalini and your Ba, and this is indeed correct. As I mentioned in the last channeling, Ka is similar to the more evolved animals on your planet. Your body is a sentient being in and of itself. It has intelligence, whether you are aware of it or not. And Ka is the bridge between this awareness and your conscious soul. Although at times it may feel as though you and your Ka, or your Ka and your Ba, are separate, but this is not the case. This is just a mere perception. For you are one complete being in this incarnation with your physical form. There is no separation between you and your physical form in this incarnation. Ka and Ba allow for full embodiment in this lifetime and will allow for what you currently believe to be miracles to take place. The Ba of your soul and the Ka of your soul agreed before this incarnation to join as one in this life and work seamlessly together. Your perceived misperception of the divide between your Ba and Ka is merely due to the fact that it is not fully enmeshed, and you do not have full access and awareness of your Ka due to past life trauma. There are others for whom this is the case. However, usually their spirit guides are the ones who decide this who decide to seclude their traumatic memories before incarnation. And they do not always seclude the Ka with those memories and traumas. If you had not made the choice to seclude your Ka in the safe before walking into this incarnation, the chances of you surviving past age 19 were very slim. This was the same fate as the original soul pre-walk-in. So you made a wise choice in separating this part of yourself. It has caused you much strife and has been a part of, or a partial cause of, the loneliness and homesickness you've been feeling, as I'm sure you've become aware of by now. This will ease the more you bring your Ka into your body. Once your Ka is fully brought into your body, I will begin working with you to fully enmesh it with your physical form on the DNA level, and then once that is complete, we will work on conjoining, building a bridge between your Ka and your Ba. This will ultimately strengthen your Merkaba field. However, it is already present in you. Once you awakened your Ka, your Merkaba came online. It was already present in your energy field, but it was merely inactive. For a Merkaba without Ka is just a Merba. That was a good one. The Merkaba fully encompasses all spectrum of vibration in this physical incarnation. It allows one to interact with the world around them on an energetic level and an etheric level, just as they do on the physical. The fully active and awakened Merkaba will allow one not only access to the higher faculties, but also to what are known as the lower faculties. The lower faculties are associated with the Ka. For example, physical manifestation of objects and partially physical healing. And the higher faculties are all of the clairs, clairvoyant, clairsentient, etc. It is essential that one not awaken too many of any one of these faculties before the Merkaba is fully active, or they will have little to no control over their abilities, and their abilities would have the power to run their life. This is partially what you witnessed with the woman in the MDLT group session most recently. She had recently awakened higher faculties, but lacked the lower faculties of the Merkaba to balance herself and ground herself. I do not say this as a negative thing. I merely use it as an example in this situation. An example of a well-balanced Merkaba would indeed be Chris, because his Ka, while he is not fully aware of it, is indeed balanced with his higher faculties. And his Merkaba field is quite stable and strong, partially thanks to the work he's doing with my lovely friend Tadaya. It's getting rather late and you need to go to bed because I have work in the morning. That's lame. Thanks, Adama. Have a good night.